For our next article, we are going to cover this story from The Verge. Google is under antitrust investigation by 50 attorneys general. On Monday, 50 attorneys general from the United States and the territories signed on to an antitrust investigation into Google, placing even more pressure on the tech firm. The probe, that is led by Republican Attorney General Ken Paxton from Texas, will primarily focus on Google's advertising and search business, but in remarks given to Monday, the attorneys general suggested they may expand in the investigation later. California and Alabama are the only two state attorneys general staying out of the probe. Okay, well, let's see. This is an antitrust investigation into Google. Why might California and Alabama want to stay out of this? Well, Google is based in California, and Alabama just recently accepted a many multi-million-dollar contract from Google relating to a building of a data center there. So I'm sure that in no way biased their decision in any way. So fun. We applaud the 50 states attorneys general for taking this unprecedented step against Big Tech to unite investigating Google destruction and search of advertising. Running parallel to states' investigation, the Justice Department and Federal Trade Commission are also probing the company out of concerns they may be stifling competition. In last quarterly earnings, Facebook disclosed to the FTC they had opened an antitrust investigation into the company in June. FTC opened into Facebook. The Justice Department announced its own broad antitrust opened the early entirety of the test sector in July. At a conference in August, the DOJ Antitrust head, Makim Delirium, told reporters that the department was working alongside the state's attorneys general to investigate the possibility of antitrust violations. Separately, New York's Attorney General Leah James, a Democrat, announced a similar investigation last Friday into whether Facebook has endangered consumer data. So that is the end of that article. We've got 50 states and territories attorneys generals. So California and Alabama are not participating. So I'm guessing that the other two are DC and Puerto Rico would be my best guess. So how we're getting to 50. So we've got 50 attorneys generals investigating, and the Department of Justice is investigating, and the FTC is investigating as to whether or not there are these various antitrust violations into Google and others. And personally, I think that there is at least some suggestion. I've particularly taken note with the deplatforming stuff, and where a lot of companies deplatform the exact same people at the same time. Now, it could be that they're all doing the exact same thing at the same time without coordination, which would be legal in what we call parallel action. Or it could be that they're all coordinating with each other, in which case that would be illegal because that's a restraint of trade. Now, which of those two it is, I don't know because there's not enough information. But the fact that it's happened several times where a person gets banned by one platform and then they get banned by everyone else in like the same 24 hours is notable to me and worthy of investigation. So I'm personally hoping that these investigations brought up by all these people will help to expose that if it's true and look to other things that they might be doing to suppress things in sort of competition and sort of improper alliances with each other. So we're going to see if these attorneys generals can get to anything. I mean, Google's big, the government's bigger. So we'll see what happens next.